Okay, good first day. I mean, I feel like our team worked extremely hard for 7 weeks. I think we're bigger, we're stronger. I think that's evident. We have some experience in certain positions and inexperience in others. But overall, a really solid first day. I love their attitude, I love their effort. I think we have an opportunity to do some good things. We have an awful lot of work to do.
I know you still like a couple of practices.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about the quarterbacks?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to say there, Alan. That's going to take some time. I tell you, I'm very impressed with the way they're throwing the football. You just look at the talent, and you look at the way they're spinning the ball, and it does jump out at you at times. And I think all of us would agree, for us to take it to the next level, we need to be more efficient at throwing the football. We need to throw the ball better, and that's not just from the quarterback. And I've always said that, but it's so true. We need to grow up and have some guys outside and some guys at wide receiver that make some really competitive plays that can separate and get open. And I think we're going to be fine at the tight end position, although we're very thin right now in the spring. But I think we have some guys that can create some opportunity in the pass game, and I've been impressed with the quarterbacks and just their talent, their arm talent, the way they throw the ball and their poise, and they've worked really hard, and I feel good about it. In particular, Gunner and Terry. Danny is running right now, doing some good things and getting just as many reps as the other guys, but and you see his flashes at times, but we'll see where it goes here this spring.
Mark, to go back to the quarterbacks for a minute, Stephen obviously gave you mobility and can use RPOs. Is it important to maintain that, or are there other qualities that are more important in picking the next?
Well, no, we will absolutely continue to build off the good things that we've done. All the quarterbacks that we have in our system can do those things. I think where you saw Stephen really make some big plays, we all have over those 2 years when things broke down, and he had good instincts to get really positive yards when nothing was there, and that's just that is what you can't see, and that goes back to your question, Alan. I think that's why it's going to take time. I have confidence in the quarterbacks, but my belief is until you get them in a game, and they're playing in a game under the lights, and you put it all together, because it's very hard for us to simulate. We cannot go live with our quarterbacks. I mean, you can't just let them get a blind shot and get hurt and get hit, and I'm not going to do that. And so I think it just that quarterback situation is definitely going to need some time to work its way out. And look, who has it figured out? I mean, there's some NFL guys that are unbelievably talented, right? They have hundreds of personnel people. They could work guys out. They could come talk to them. They could work them out as many times as they want. And they pick guys, and it's boom or bust, right? And some guys slip to the 5th, 6th, 7th round and become one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Tom Brady, or some guys are picked number 1 and don't work it out. So obviously they don't have it figured out. So I think with us to act like we could just watch 1 or 2 or even a spring practice and think we have it figured out, I don't know. I don't know if we have that ability to do that. So we have to let them play and see what happens. I feel confident that we're going to improve at that position. As much as we love Steve and what he's done for us, I think we're going to improve.
Mark, last year, because times you said at times that he was trying to find a way to get Josh Pascal on the field, that he was playing different positions, and, just kind of just being a kind of a utility kind of guy. Have you pared him down to one position?
We moved him inside right now. Moved him inside. So with the inside guys, with our inside 3, we got the nose, the end, and the defensive tackle. So 3 guys in the 3-4. There's 3 inside positions and the 2 outside backers when we base out of a 3-4. With him, it gives you the versatility, whether he's an inside guy, to move with some of our fronts to slide to a true defensive end with his hand in the dirt. But so it's getting technical there, but he did move to the inside position right now. And Josh is just a very good football player, as I mentioned. I feel like we have some guys at outside backer with some experience, and he's a guy that's hard not to play. He needs to be on the field playing for us. He's definitely one of our best 11. And so just because we have some depth at outside backer, you don't want him sitting there on the sidelines next to me. You want him out there playing. And he came to me actually, because he knows we've talked about this, and he said, "Coach, I believe that I could help the team, and we're better off if I move inside." I said, "Well, then let's get eating," because he's a guy that's really worked hard, and I don't want to say he starved himself, but he was very conscious of what he's been eating to make sure he stayed in that range. I mean, you don't see many 3-4 outside linebackers in the NFL playing every down that are 280, 290 pounds, and that's what he has the ability to be. So he worked pretty hard to stay in the 260 range. And a couple biscuits, and he's at 270 something right now. So he can help us, and he gives us that athleticism. I think you all know. We have some solid guys, but we haven't had a difference maker inside in some time. And I definitely feel like he has that kind of ability. And so we'll explore and work him inside this spring and see where it goes.
Mark, you talked about the need to get bigger in general, talking about Pascal, and then Josh Allen, I think, is listed quite a bit heavier than he was, Quentin Bohanna. I mean, do you see that kind of on the defensive side, that you are bigger?
No question. No question. You see Josh holding his weight, and I think that's one of the reasons why he came back, just to be a mature, and be able to handle 250, 255. Easily. He's handling that right now. He looks phenomenal. He's still has great explosiveness. He's changing direction very well. But yes, I think he's getting bigger. Certainly with Quentin being a year older and having the ability to go through spring and go through winter and work on his lateral quickness. But he's a big, explosive guy inside. And of course with Josh, that gives us some help. And there's some other guys. There's a list of those guys that have played. I mean, Adrian and Tymier DeBose has done some good things late in the year last year. Hopefully he'll continue to improve. But TJ Carter also needs to have a big year. He's a guy that he has to take the offseason serious. Again, we pounded it for 7 weeks. That was my, I wanted to really work those guys. Coach Edmond, Coach Mark Hill, those guys worked very hard in the weight room. I think our players did. They took it serious for the 7 weeks that we had. Now we're in the spring. But TJ's a guy that needs to have a good offseason and continue to get stronger. Calvin Taylor did some decent things. Cordell Looney's a guy that's got to make a move. Again, he's got to do something. We're going to put tons of pressure on him. He's either got to, be accountable, do the things that he's supposed to do to become the player that I think he can be, or he'll get caught in the wash. But he needs to take a step. I'm excited. Again with moving Josh inside that I just mentioned. Now you talk about Bogey Watson getting some reps, that he does some very good things as well. We feel like he has some very good pass rush ability and very instinctual, very good outside backer. We moved him from outside to inside. I still think he could be a very good player wherever we settle in on him. And we decided to keep him outside because he is a very good pass rusher as well. And again, he's not as big as Josh Pascal. You move Josh inside, you leave him outside, and you got a good rotation there still.
Is it a little strange not having Austin out there with you? He's been out there for so long against us, and do you change anything of extra reps from kickers?
It definitely does. I always enjoyed talking to Austin. Those guys got it. They're just like cooling out. They're out there just chilling a little bit. But he was such a mature guy. And getting ready for the kicking period and just visiting with him. Kicking for so long and just talking with him. I really do. I miss that. I always felt like I just enjoyed spending time with him before he got kicking, and I had so much confidence in him, and such a mature young man that we miss him. I feel good about where we're going to be, though. I with Chance is not here yet, but Miles is really hitting the ball very good. He's a good kicker.
Do you need to work out the punter before the spring or summer? Do you have a punter competition going? Oh yeah, for sure. We got to get out of this indoor and see what they could do, outside, where we could let it go. So, but we'll see where it goes.
Mark, do you have one big question in your mind for spring, or is it just a series because you've been here a long time now?
Yeah, I always think it's a series because there's so much. There's so many different facets that we need to work on and get better, and it's a lot, and that's what's so great about spring is that that's it's really just pure fun, you know, because you could work extremely hard and then go watch the film and then try to get them better without the game planning involved. You know, it's just fundamentally playing the game, and that's what you enjoy so much about the spring, is just working with your players, just making them better. And I think that's why we all like it, you know, because we have time, you know. After tomorrow, you go back to a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday routine, so you have all that time to sit there and watch it, and watch film and work with them on the days off and really take your time. Because in season, that moves so fast. You got all the game planning, you got the new things, and watching the mistakes you made, it just goes fast. So the spring, I think, is very enjoyable with just pure teaching.